What's up, everybody? Showtime is Blaze again with King's Critiques, and as per usual, as it has been the past few weeks, I do need to warn that light is on right now, but if it starts acting up, I will do my best to cut out the video, and if not, fast forward when you start seeing it act up, because it might be prone to seizures, but hopefully it just behaves for the next 30-40 minutes, and if my monitor goes out again, I will also try to just cut it, but fingers crossed that's as bad as it gets. If it does get bad, and that being said, this is already one of my favorite standalone shows of the season. So let's see how it continues to do so in my eyes. And let me know your thoughts on it so far from just the first couple of episodes. Hit like, subscribe, let the whole video run through if you're not going to have for conversations afterward or during. And that being said, let's get into it. And we see this bitch about to jump in front of the train like at the end of last episode. Oh, God. What? Can I just explain my problem with Crunchyroll's issue with the subtitle thing again? I turn subtitles off when I'm watching on mobile, and then they stay off when I'm watching on computer. However, I turn them off when I'm watching with English language. So wouldn't you think they would turn them back on when watching with Japanese language? Like, come on, I know you guys don't know what you're doing with your employees and barely your store, but come on. Yeah, see, I knew the fucking text message was actually supposed to be showing something. And the usual, little context below, which is basically the don't try this at home kind of thing. Also, for the record, looking at the top thing that is being said, if that kind of thing ever comes to light in your personal lives, I don't care how unlikely it is, don't fucking show people those things near the most dangerous kind of situations, like train tracks. That is just begging for a horror movie situation. And also, I know my hair is kind of crazy, but honestly, between trying to spike it the other day and kind of sleeping on it like this, I kind of don't mind how it looks. Like, it's completely crazy and, like, poofed up and shit, but honestly, I think it kind of works. Kind of fits with the whole anime shtick, you know? And to be fair, before we watch The Inevitable, I am going to state that honestly releasing a video like that probably could be possible if you figure out the right like visual effects and shit to trick the brain. You could probably hypnotize someone into just going. You know? Like that is completely possible. I mean shit, look at Cocomelon and Children. Those dumb little shits watch that and fucking let their brain rot more than us adults do when it comes to videos like fucking Skibby Toilet and shit. Which, by the way, while in general it's dumb as shit, the entire story actually kind of fascinating. Also, she's a bad friend because the minute she started seeing her walking towards the train tracks, she should have grabbed her because clearly she had the time. Not that you had your time. Like, I'm sorry, she's a bad friend. Like, if you're standing together with your best friend and you showed them a video that supposedly curses people to, like, die or, kill themselves or that kind of thing, wouldn't you think that, oh, I don't know, when you see your friend walking towards the oncoming train, you would grab them and be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have shown them that video. Come on, you dumb bitch. Sorry, I know that was aggressive, but really, would y'all just let your friends fucking go off themselves in the most obvious situation? Like, being a bad friend and not reading into your friend's constant cries for help, and then they eventually do that kind of thing to their own accord, you know, that still makes you a terrible friend, but at least it's not, as bad as watching them literally walk into a train. Like, shit. When that thing happens to me, my friends and family can be looked at as terrible people for not trying to help more, but, like, it's not like I'm being, okay, well, I am being cursed, but a whole different situation. It's not like I'm being cursed to have that kind of thing happen, and I'm, like, hanging out with one of my friends or family members, and they see me walking into oncoming traffic, and they're like, oh, man, what you doing? And then just, no, one of them would try to grab me. At least most of them. I'm not sure about all of them, but most of them would. So, like, bad friend. Also, for the record, that pasta looks great. Yeah, and then she got her ear yelled off by her sister. So, like, worth, but also, damn. Did this bitch just assume... I think she's assuming too much. I mean, again, that's the kind of thing that happens when you actually manage to retain your friends you've had since you were younger. So, like, eh, I don't blame her for thinking that, but I mean, I don't think I got any context like that. Like, best friend syndrome, sure. Would he want to go out with her given the chance? Maybe. I don't know. He's kind of like one of those confusing characters who doesn't seem like he'd want to go out with her, but this is also anime, so like rom com or not, he probably will develop feelings later because like that's his anime and that shit happens constantly. Also, you know, cop, hospital, detective drama kind of shit. The people always fall in love with each other. Like that's more true for real life shows, but it's anime. She literally just ignored everything he just said. Oh, cool. So she did get to her in time before she got much more hurt. Still a bad friend for even letting her get close to that situation, but also it might be base, but another pretty doctor on the scene. Okay, but we did just go over this. Logically, no, probably not. That's why The Ring was just a movie, and anybody who might have died around the time of watching it, that was probably a setup. But again, I did go over that there is theoretically a way for you to protrude the right like images, brightness settings, audio, and all that kind of shit to work to be a hypnosis video to cause someone to cause harm to themselves. And hey, curse videos don't always affect both people who watch them at the same time. Again, you remember The Ring? Like, only one of them got affected at first from the curse. So, like, yeah, that's what people who know that curse videos exist would say. Okay, but wouldn't that be a good thing? Oh, I don't know. Someone who actually can solve the case or whatever's causing it gets interested and tries to solve it and either ends up doing that or at a dead end. Like, wouldn't you think you'd, I don't know, want somebody to look into that kind of thing? Because again, even if it's an actual curse or just like somebody setting up something to make it look like that, you'd think, oh, I don't know, you'd want somebody to take a look into it, and the cops aren't gonna fucking do shit. You show cops something like that, and they're gonna be like, get the fuck out of my face. But you show somebody who's interested in that kind of thing, and they will go to the ends of the earth to figure it out. Like, there are literally some of these things that cops will not solve, and this is one of those things. Of course you did. Okay, so not bad friend, bad sister. Okay, hold on. Let's just pause this, leave it to take a look at what happened real quick instead of just like bitch fell over into the train track. The train didn't hit her, so she did just fall and cause harm to herself. That's at least one thing, but bitch still tried to jump out in front of the train. And I know I'm not talking all of it out, but like, I'll say I'll let trip over my tongue and seem dumber than I am. Unrelated to this incident. Motherfucker. Like, also for the record, like, the hospitals that keep people on suicide watch also need to understand how that shit works more. Because, like, you can't just, like, go based off from some third party's thought process about it. Like, in this case, yeah, I can understand that. But, like, they're keeping too heavy watch on her because she obviously does not portray the, ideation of such things. So, like, why are you still keeping such heavy heavy watch on her? Let her sister visit her, let her apologize for the video thing, and see where their conversations go. Have a fucking eavesdropper or something. Because, like, man, like these people can literally get a call from somebody that caused somebody to say something, and throw your ass in for several hours and cause more damage than good. Well, he's, as they call, a simpleton. And there's Dr. Ducko, who is more than happy to hear about this. So, where do you think this is going? Do you think she's going to want to watch the video to study it? Or do you think she's going to want to go to the train tracks to see if there's any, like, gas leaks or anything that might have hit her sister in that moment at random due to sheer coincidence. Okay, literally though, when I watched this, I cannot help but think that it was inspired by the fucking, you know, the Conan Edogawa books, like Detective Conan, because like that whole phrase she just spoke, literally in TLDR terms, was when every process has been eliminated, only one truth prevails. Yeah, that was the TLDR of what she just went through. Banned from the, of course you're banned from the psych ward. Okay, but a high key though, she is kind of cute with the schoolgirl outfit. I'm not gonna lie. The sheer confusion by her not being in a doctor's outfit though. Okay, that was a very awkward pause for the record. Like, I don't know if I'll be able to put it into the, cut up bits to show off how awkward that was, but that was a very awkward, like, 3-second pause. Okay, that doesn't explain what it is, you. And, like, I'm not gonna be cringe and say deserved, but, like, damn, that's excessive. But also, that's the kind of thing that goes back to my original theory of it was made intentionally. Probably from somebody who, I hate this word to the deepest desires of my soul, but like probably somebody who can be classified as an incel, which, by the way, actual definition for the word, that makes more sense than what it's become, but we're not going to get into like that conversation right now. Basically, what I'm saying is some really cringy piece of shit guy got rejected by a girl, probably had the brain power to develop an app to make shit like this seem like it's real, and just, or not an app, but a video, and put it out there for, you know, the uncouth to watch. Okay, no, then that was deserved for him to get dumped. I mean, that still doesn't take back my thing I said 2 seconds ago, but at least that was deserved. That's technically true. Also, I'm gonna pause right here because I'm probably gonna be doing this a lot in this video. What do you guys think about me just like cutting apart to have the one scene leading into context for the things I discuss in the video? Because I feel like it works, but maybe not. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. More importantly, for the cut up video where you'll all actually see the visuals and hear the audio, just not like as a whole episode. That's for the Patreon. Okay, no, that's again the simple answer. Like, it happens after the fact. Granted, it could probably start to take effect during, but is Takao just gonna go whoop right back? Like, just hide herself? Yeah, I was actually half expecting her to be smart enough to hide herself. Apparently not. Okay, well, apparently the pretty doctor is, like, a dumbass. Which, doctors, dumbasses, you know? Because I know you have to be intelligent to be a doctor, but... Okay, this is also talking off from the American system, though. Like, Japanese, probably way different from us. Like, we're a bunch of idiots that don't know how to work the medical field properly, because everything that's just like a simple baseline problem, you gotta wait 10 hours to figure out. And then they're just like, oh yeah, no, it's this really simple thing we could have told you about 9 hours ago. America. Well, obviously she fucking lied. Hey, she needed to get by without being recognized. Obviously, it didn't work. Okay, I get it. She's an ageist. I see. Also, technically, couldn't Takao, like, fire her if she wanted to? She is above her. And then again, I think it's one of those things where because it's not her department, she technically wouldn't have that say. She'd need to bring up to her father, who is, as we know, a gigantic prick. It's in saying that though, why do I feel like her father's going to get struck by some disease later in the season and her like giga brain is going to need to save him? Keep that in mind for when we hit the season finale. Oh, it's because she's like 30 and looks 50 and I'm 20 and look 17. Okay, and more importantly, why would it be on a YouTube style platform? That's just asking for trouble. Must kill Lincoln. Sorry, I had to follow that South Park bit. Okay, they are doing the ring thing very well, though. And honestly, that just seems like it's an opening to a horror anime. Like a guillotine, a falling body, rotting corpses. That just seems like the intro to a horror anime. Uh, I'm sorry. This one I just need a minute because I want to say something, but I'm not gonna say something. What I will say is, hey, if anybody watched Hulu towards the tail end of last year, y'all know what subliminal advertising is. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm not gonna say anything extra. I'm just gonna leave it at that and let your imaginations run wild on what I mean. Oh shit. Here's that 7 days call. Oh shit, she's having her Jimmy Neutron moment. Okay, but no, the visuals for her Jimmy Neutron moment are gorgeous. Oh, she's doing her thing, which means she has eliminated all of the possibilities. Listen, you might be pretty for your age, but shut the fuck up. You shut up. You're half right. Half. Just calling it out, it probably did have something to do with the video, but probably not quite what they're saying. Okay. Again, pretty for her age, but she needs to shut the fuck up. Damn. Like, let your superiors do what they're doing. If she's wrong, then you can yell at her. Otherwise, expletive deleted. Yeah, they both seem to have been hypnotized. Okay, why did you stand in front of them, though, just to take the brunt of it? Like, that was not bright of her. Like, out of everything, she is a genius, but that was not smart. I feel like that's ironic. Like, I want to hear her explain this further, but I feel like that's ironic considering that. Because, like, honestly, maybe when all of it's said and done, I'll go on, like, my Facebook and my TikTok and stuff and show the results of what that has been doing the past few weeks. Just to, like, give you guys an example of what was happening. But that'll only be after everything is fixed, so I won't, like, I don't know, risk my own curse of sorts taking effect and it just starts happening. Also, that proves I'm not wrong and that someone who's not prone to seizures could still have a seizure. So, like, congrats, Dr. Ameku, for kind of proving my point that I've said the past few weeks. Okay, but how does that cause somebody to walk forward and, like, aren't epileptic seizures normally, like, you don't keep movement, you kind of drop and do that, like drop and not meant to insult anybody that does have seizures, by the way. That was just like the best way I could give an example without literally falling onto this mess of a floor and figuring out a good camera angle to prove my point. Coincidence. So yeah, complete coincidence that it happened where it did. They could have been sitting in front of their computer in the room and probably just got up and walked in and fell over that. Honestly, I'm surprised I haven't had a seizure yet then. Because when that thing was going off, I'm surprised it didn't happen the very first instance. But, yeah, she is raising a good point. The one sister was already stressed from having to break up with the guy because he was a prick. And then the other sister was depressed because her sister ended up in the hospital because she thought that the video caused it. So that does kind of add up. What did I just get through saying? And considering that now you know what you're looking for, it should be easier to look into it for neurology to be able to be like, oh yeah, hey, there's actually this little thing right here we see that shouldn't be too hard to figure out. Okay, she's just incredibly adorable with that, by the way. So she hates her because she's better than her. Also, that's kind of what I said earlier, but in, like, a different light. Okay, no, she hates her because she insulted her as well. I'm not gonna say that's just that, but it probably didn't help also. Oh, so because you're smarter than her, you got banned because you could help more patients and she didn't want that. Ah, so I guess sometimes the Japanese healthcare system is like the American healthcare system. This is a half joke, by the way. I don't imagine the actual Japanese healthcare system would try to, like, ban a good doctor from the ward just because they gave the right medicine. That seems like more of an American thing where they're like, dude, you're making us less money, go away. Speaking of pretty, though, Takao's sister? Okay, but is it a bad thing to cause problems when you're right pretty much all of the time? I mean, granted, again, it'll probably be one of those things like near the season finale where she'll run into something she can't solve, and then she'll require more effort to giga brain her way into the result. But for now, she's been kind of a genius about a lot of shit. Then again, when you're a doctor and you think you're a know-it-all and then someone knows more than you, you're like, yeah, no, this bitch is at least 10 years younger than me, I'm out. I won't lie, half the time that's kind of like how I feel here on YouTube. Oh, hey, these people have been doing shit for way less time than me. Maybe I should just give up and not try anymore, but, knowing this is the only thing I can feasibly do to try and make an income without causing problems with people. Oh, good. Cases like that are always fun. I just saw a bunch of sweaty old people in a cave and I thought it was something completely different, I won't lie. But seems like in the next episode we have a case of spontaneous human okay. Combustion. Combustion? That's the dick-shaped Pokemon. Uh, Combustion. There we go. So, like, yeah, how's that gonna be figured out to be solved? Because there's a lot of various ways it could be figured out to be solved, and I'm not gonna lowbrow it and say that maybe they're taking the, South Park way of solving that problem. Because actually, that's like a 30-year-old episode I just referenced. I don't even remember what happened to it, other than the fact that people are going. But one of those things we shall find out next week. And again, this show still holds up to be one of my favorites so far and continues to remind me that I need to catch up to Detective Conan. However, maybe for my next really big venture for an anime I need to catch up to, that'll be it. Because right now I'm on the One Piece binge, and hey, I'm only like 250, 350, somewhere in that area from being caught up, so and I'll probably get to skip like a lot of that after the Big Mom arc because fillers and unneeded backstory and etc. But that's that. This is this, and let me know how you guys feel about it. I know like the lighting right now is not great, but I don't trust running my backlight and my side light at the same time until this shitty house is fixed. So next week. Next week, I should be able to run both lights and everything will be all grand and, lit up and cool. And at least, like, a little bit of darkness isn't that terrible. But, I mean, I guess first thing I want to ask is, what do y'all think of the crazy hair? That kind of work for a style, or should I try to, like, be more professional with it and, you know, slick it back over? This is actually a legitimate question because, like, I have very low self esteem, so I'm going to ask the opinion of others. But that said, also let me know how you feel about this show thus far. Are you a fan of other mystery anime like or detective type anime like this, like Detective Conan, or like how Bungo Stray Dogs started and that kind of thing? Do you like the medical half to it? I can't really think of any other anime that have had medical stuff to it other than the one isekai I watched before. Let me know your thoughts on, yeah, all that, the show in general, and other shows, movies, etc. I should check out this season, next season, or in general. Please do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the gaming channel in the description down below. We got the MOC video up for Star Rail yesterday. Not quite sure how good that video seems in context, but hey, if you're into Star Rail, go check out. Let me know what I could do different. I have an idea for what I could do different next time, but for now, it is how it is. Ring both bells, like Facebook, follow Twitter, Blue Sky, that's trying to be like Twitter, and it is getting closer update by update. So fingers crossed that I can get like more traction on that and fuck. Sorry, thought I had to sneeze. Hopefully I can get more traction over there, and like the amount of followers that grow over there are higher than that on Twitter, and it's not just all you want to buy art. And I hate those fucking people so much. I hate those people so much, especially when you know it's just one dude making a billion profiles because of the number of fucking copy paste shit that happens, right? Getting off that though, TikTok, Patreon, get the full unedited visuals and audio of the stuff that I put up here. However, I have been doing the cut up bits where I just put up a lot of the talking stuff that I do. Not all of it, because a lot of it's either out of context or during a scene playing, and I don't want to risk the copyright, of course. And the out of context bit is especially for shows like Baja Neko, where that is way beyond what I thought it was, but not in a bad way. And of course, go follow on Twitch, subscribe there for benefits. You can do so Twitch Prime for free. That helps me out immensely more than over the YouTube channels. But again, I've been on these things for a very long time, and I would like one of them at least to hit partner. By my birthday would be cool, but at the most by the end of the year. I've said that year after year after year after year. Bonds, I feel like things are improving a little bit. So, I mean, fingers crossed, maybe this year is the one. I ain't getting any younger. That said, it's been the Blazer King with King's Critique. So, ta for now. Peace.